India has been hit with alarming news as the United States government under President Joe Biden has taken action against two Indian companies, Skyheart Management Services Private Limited and Envision Management Services Private Limited, both based in Gurugram, Haryana. These companies are accused of violating US sanctions by being involved in the trading liquefied natural gas, LNG we also call it, with Russia. Now, this action is part of a larger strategy by the United States to weaken Russia's financial ability to continue its war against Ukraine. The ban highlights growing global scrutiny on entities dealing with Russia's energy sector, putting Indian businesses in the spotlight. Let's dwell into the complete story now. According to the US State Department, these Indian companies were supporting Russia's Arctic LNG-2 program, a vital part of the country's energy infrastructure. Now, this project, the US claims, is helping to fund Russia's ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The companies were alleged to have provided financial, physical, and technical support to the project. These actions have been deemed violations under US Executive Order 14024, which allows the US to take action against individuals and entities involved in Russia's energy sector. Now, this step is part of a broader international effort to disrupt Russia's income sources, particularly from its energy exports. The consequences of this ban are actually significant. The US has announced that the asset of both the companies will be seized under American sanctions and it will be prohibited from engaging in any form of trade with US-based entities. Additionally, two ships linked to the companies, Overseas and Onyx, have been identified as transporting LNG from Russia. These ships will now be treated as blocked asset, further complicating any trade activities involving these entities. This is a clear signal that the US is willing to act decisively against those it believes are aiding Russia economically, even if they are based in allied or neutral countries. The US has been very aggressive in the sanction against Russia since the Ukraine conflict began. Secretary of State Antony Blinken recently stated that over 200 entities and individuals associated with Russia's energy sector have been sanctioned. Alongside this, more than 180 ships have been classified as blocked asset. The US Treasury Department has also imposed sanctions on over 150 individuals and entities, including major Russian oil producers. Along with this, several large ships forming part of what has been called Russia's shadow fleet. Now, these sanctions are aimed at cutting off Russia's ability to generate revenue from its energy resources and weakening its ability to sustain the war. For India, this development is a stark reminder of the challenges of navigating complex global geopolitical landscape. Indian companies involved in international trade now face greater risk of breaching the sanction. The ban also raises concern about the potential impact on the US-India relationship, which have been improving in recent years. India has carefully maintained a neutral stance on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, balancing its energy need with diplomatic pressures from Western nations. However, this incident could actually strain the balancing act, as Indian businesses may now need to reassess their arrangement with Russia just to avoid similar penalties. The sanction could also have chilling effect on Indian businesses looking to expand their global footprint. Other countries and companies may hesitate to engage with Indian firms associated with Russia, fearing secondary sanctions from the United States. Now, this could lead to significant financial and reputational damage for the affected companies and serves as a warning for others to be more cautious about their dealing in the sanctioned sector. The US's firm stance on sanctions against Russia reflects its commitment to curbing financial flaws that support the war in Ukraine. For Indian businesses, the message is very clear. They must trade carefully, fully understand international sanctions, and avoid dealing that could attract scrutiny. As the geopolitical landscape grows more complex, the room for errors continues to shrink. The situation also sparks a broader debate. Are the US's actions too stringent, or is this a necessary step to maintain global order? For Indian companies, the focus now must be to ensure compliance with international rules while protecting their interests. The future of such a trade relationship will likely depend on how effectively Indian businesses can adapt to these shifting dynamics.